Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to APSACS Sport Code online sport program. This is week 2 and we are on chapter 6, which is computer security. The objectives of today's lesson are: students will be able to learn some basic reasons how malware spreads, what are the common symptoms of malware attack, like when your system is under attack, some common symptoms, and the last one will be how to protect system from malware, whether it is under attack or whether you are only to protect your system. Before we start our today's topic, let's discuss what we have done in the previous lecture. In previous lecture we discussed computer security. What is the computer security? What is the importance of computer security, and how we can manage the computer security against different threats. Then we discussed cybercrime, its definition, and some commonly committed cybercrime with examples, and the types of cybercrime like internet harassment, hacker and cracker. We also discussed difference between hacker and cracker. Then we discussed malware and its types: worm, virus, spyware and adware. We discussed all these types in detail, and the last two types, spyware and adware, were given you as an assignments, but unfortunately I got only 6 or 7 assignments, so please send your assignments regularly on time. Thank you. So let's start with the today's topic: how malware spreads. As we already know that virus or malware spread when we exchange data with one another, exchange information with one another, or when we try to communicate with one another using systems. So let's discuss some basic reasons. The main and first reason is infected CDs and USB drives. How infected CDs and USB drives help malware to spread from one computer to another computer. So basically the CDs which are being developed through an infected system, so obviously we know that virus attach itself with the different types of softwares when we are sending them or receiving them. So when you are developing a CD through an infected system, so the virus will attach the copy of itself in that CD. So when we use that CD in any system, obviously that system is also at a risk. The next one is USB drives. Same is the case if you attach your USB drive for data sharing with an infected system, obviously virus will also attack that USB drive, and that USB drive will also be infected. So when you will attach that USB drive to any system, so that system will also be under attack or under the risk of that threat. So this is how malware spread through infected CDs or USB drives. The next one is pirated software. Basically software piracy is a cybercrime, which means making illegal copies of original software without the permission of the developer or the company or the organization who owns that software is called software piracy. Pirated software means you are making illegal copies without the permission of that person. So it is a main reason of virus spreadation, that when a person without permission of that developer or the company will create the executable file for that software, it has the 90 to 80% chances that virus will attach a copy of itself with that particular software, because we already I have already discussed that that virus will be developed on a CD, and if that system is infected, obviously that CD will infect all the systems in which we will use that software. So that's why pirated software also helps malware to spread from computer to computer. The next one is network and internet. Worm helps malware to spread in the network. We already know that worm is a type of malware which moves from computer to the computer in any network without any activity from the user, and it attacks all the system, and it will infect all the systems which are the part of that particular network. Means if one system is infected, it will infect all the computers which are the part of that particular network. And through internet, obviously we download different things from different websites. So if you are downloading software from an unauthenticated website, then it has the chances that that software you are going to download may contain a malicious software with itself, because we know that virus attach a copy of itself with the executable file. So obviously when you will download that software from an unauthenticated website, and when you will install the software, virus will also be downloaded, and it will also install itself to the system, and it will attack your system. The next basic reason is email attachments. Obviously we send and receive emails in which we send different types of letters, and also we have the capability, emails have the capability to attach some images, some audios, videos and softwares. So obviously in attachment you can attach the uh, malicious software with itself. It is not necessary that the attachment you are getting from stranger person may contain the malware, but also if your friend or a family member sends you an attachment with an email, it may have the chances that that particular attachment may contain a malware, and that family member or friend is also unaware of this threat, because he don't know that whether his system is under attack or not. So when he will attach a software or attach anything to the email, that will also be infected, and when you will download that attachment, your system will also be under attack. Here are some examples: I love you and my doom. We already discussed these two types in previous lecture. Basically these are two viruses, and I love you is a virus which is given in the email subject, and it contains an attachment. So when you people received the email having subject of I love you, in curiosity they open the attachment, and upon opening the attachment their system get infected. Some common symptoms of malware attack: when your system is under attack, how you will identify that whether your system is under attack or not. So basically listing down all the symptoms of a malware attack is not possible. Why? Because hackers are creating malicious softwares on daily basis, and the every new malware they are creating is much stronger than the previous one, which means every new malware contains different characteristics, unique keywords and unique features. So that's why we cannot list down all the symptoms, that what type of symptoms will appear in your system when your system will get infected. But here are some common symptoms which are listed below. The first one is your computer will not, or your system will not start, or it will reboot automatically. Obviously the main objective of the virus or malware is to attack your system and damage your operating system that you will not be able to use that computer anymore. So it will attack on the BIOS of that system, and when BIOS is not loaded into the ROM, obviously your system will not be able to start, and if it starts it will reboot automatically without your intention. The second one is different types of error messages will appear on the screen that your RAM is not working, your keyboard is not attached, your mouse is not attached, or some other error messages. The third one is your programs will not run in the regular way. Like your programs will show some error messages that this file is not found, this file is not found, and sometimes they will say that the program is not installed on your system, or it will say that close some other programs and then this program will run. So this is why, because your system is under attack and that particular program is also infected through the malware. The next one is your system performance will become very slow. Your system will not work as in regular way you use it because of the malware, because mostly malwares slows down the system. The next one is new files and folders created or deleted automatically. There are multiple viruses, malwares which has the capability to create files, delete files, create folders and delete folders. And by creating different types of folders, it will increase the storage capacity in the system, and your system will show another error message that your hard disk is full, there is no uh, space left in your system. So it is because of the malware and some other threats. The last one is hard disk and RAM activity noticed without running any program. Obviously when you start the computer in the beginning, you haven't opened any system, but your system computer will perform slow, and when you open the task manager, there you can see that it is showing that your hard disk is consumption is 80%, 90% or 100%, and the RAM activity is also at 80% and 90%. Then obviously there is some malicious software in your system. So to open task manager, you will press alt plus control and delete key. Press and hold control key, and then press and hold alt key, and then add the delete key. You will open the task manager window. There you can see the activity of hard disk and RAM, and if it is normal, like then your system is not under attack. But if it shows the consumption of hardware, hard disk and RAM without using any program, running any program, it means your system is under attack. So now the question is, we have already discussed different types of malware and software. The thing is how we can protect our system against such threats, whether your system is under attack or whether your system is not under attack. So must be our first priority to secure a system. So we must install antivirus or any other anti-spyware in our systems to stop the attack of malware threats or to minimize the attack of malware attacks. Alright, so we must install antivirus software and anti-spyware software in our system to protect our system from different types of malware. So only installing the antivirus or anti-spyware does not help you. Why? Because you must update that antivirus or anti-spyware regularly. Why? Because I already told you that hackers are creating multiple malicious softwares on daily basis, and every malware contains new features, new keywords. So if you will not update your antivirus or anti-spyware, it will not update its definition of the new viruses or new malwares that are being developed on daily basis. So that's why you must update your antivirus. In case your antivirus will not help you against the protection of your system, and it will not stop the malwares. It has the capability to stop the malwares which are older, but the new ones, it will not help you to stop those malwares. So how antivirus or anti-spyware works? Basically, when we install antivirus software or anti-spyware software, they work in background and they scans every files, every folders. So whenever you will open any program, it will scan that program before running it. Whenever you will open a file, it will scan that file before opening it. Whenever you will attach a USB, antivirus or anti-spyware will scan the whole data which is in that USB before opening that particular USB. It will not allow you to open that USB, open that CD, open that email before scanning or without scanning. So if that USB, if that email, or if that CD contains any malicious software, antivirus or anti-spyware will show you an alert message on the screen that this software, this USB drive or this email or this CD has the malicious software which can harm your system, which can infect your system. So this is the only chance we can protect our system from malware. So some malwares uh, has the capability of auto updating themselves, like they will automatically update the definition of antivirus and anti-spyware when a new update will come. And some viruses, antiviruses, they need your permission to update themselves. So it must be our first priority to install anti-spyware or antivirus software in our system and update them on regular basis. This is the only way we can protect our system against malwares. So here is the assignment for you guys. On the exercise page there is question number 2 which contains part 4. You have to write the answer of that. Same is the case in long questions. Question number 3, it has the part 2 and part 3. You will write the answer in your notebooks. And here is another question. You have to write any reason why antivirus cannot protect your system from malware. Okay, you will read the book, and obviously if you listen my video carefully, you will be able to answer this question. Have a good day. Thank you.